how hard can it be? You know, you will ask, how hard can it be to print a label? Well, we're not just printing the label. For example, I asked the owner of the company, how did you do before building Chicago? And he told me, we're just using DHL's UI. And if, for example, on Christmas Day, he had like, let's say 100, 200 orders for fulfill, it took him 5 hours on the DHL UI because you basically need to type in the order yourself. And that's stupid. Also for Japan Post, they were using an Excel template with a dot printer. So they copy paste the data in the Excel. So what it does, it just fetches your orders from your store. If it's Shopify, it uses the Shopify webhooks. If it's eBay, I think we have some cron jobs. Also for Amazon. So depending on the shop, it's a different solution. What you can do in it is basically you have multiple accounts. You have like your DHL, your FedEx, your Japan Post, your Sagawa, your Yamato, or whatever, and you just you get the list of all rates for your location, for your destination, so you can pick up the cheaper one. So it's not just only printing the label; it's helping you get the least the best price. After you print the label, for some shops, if they allow, if they support it, it fulfills your order in your shop. For example, in Shopify, after you print the label and you select it automatically to fulfill it, it's fulfilled. Some shops support partial fulfillment, like Shopify, so you can ship 2 items and 2 items still remain in your order there. And we have an API. Some companies don't want to use the UI, they just want to use the API and integrate it into their own, of course. Yeah, as I said before, they were just using the UI of the carrier. Now they basically, we fetch the orders from the shop, we do the API call to the carrier, we fetch the label, and we in our UI you can see the label and the invoice. We print it and you just give it to the carrier when it comes to pick up your items. These are the stores we have so far. If you have any of these stores, you can use the Alphabet. Shopify is more lucky because we have it in the Shopify store, so you can directly store it from there. I think very soon it's going to have Yahoo Shopping as well. The carriers, you don't see Yamato here, but Yamato is coming in September, so we're working on it. So it has Pegasus, Sagawa, and Japan Post, and soon Yamato for Japan. DHL e-commerce Asia was for Japan as well, but like from Japan abroad, but they stopped working there. So. Okay. Let me show you a demo. Oops. Okay. So I took the liberty to add a shop. I have the shop here. I have some carriers added. It's easy. You can just fill this form with your credentials and you're done. For these 3, like DHL, FedEx, and UPS, they like providing customers with multiple accounts. So, for example, you can have better rates with an account to America, better rates to Europe, and you can add as many as you want. DHL and FedEx. Here I have, I think, yeah, two DHL accounts. Yeah, I have shops. I have a shop. I have carriers. I have a warehouse set up. In Kyoto, I think. Yeah, it's from Kyoto. Okay. Let's leave the shop and see how it goes. All right. So right now I can only have the possibility to create a custom order in the UI. So if you want to, you can create your order by hand. But I don't want to. I want to get orders from my shop. So I want to add this shop. I'm a toner copier salesman. And I just want to add want to fulfill it in Shopify. Come on. It takes longer. It takes longer than the next one. Okay, I'm installing it. Okay, so immediately I get my orders in. I have some orders in here. All of them are unfulfilled, paid but unfulfilled. So let's ship an item to this Jessica in Germany. I first have to add dimensions to the parcel in some way. I have a custom dimension here already, which come with the app. Okay, I have some items. Okay. Let's make it short. All I have to do is just click on the spot. And immediately I will get the rates from all my carriers in my. Yeah, right now it's called the APIs of all these. And what do you want to use? Should we use
Looks like airmail is the price winner.
airmail?
Spam post.
Okay. Let's send it with
As long as you're not in a hurry.
Let's send it with airmail. So I got the label for the airmail. I can just print it. I have the invoice that I can give it to the customer as well. Just need to print it. Yeah. And yeah, in the shipments list, I have this shipment. I can actually label here.
And there's special stock that, label stock that you printed on?
Label
Yeah.
stock? What do you mean?
It's a sticker, right?
Yep. Depends on the. Usually we
Or you just print on paper?
print on
glue it?
paper. Yeah, you just print on paper. Some other. It depends on the kind of printer you have. You can print on like the PDF, or you can print with a thermal printer if you're the kind of big shop that uses thermal printers. Yeah, you can print it on this kind of paper that is like a sticker. Okay, let's check my order in Shopify. Is it fulfilled? Yes, it was fulfilled. So yeah, it's easier for you that you don't need to write everything. You just take it from there and you print it. Let's see a Japanese one, like this guy. We have to Japan. Let's use Sagao. Delivery by. Okay, so I get the label. With everything. I can download it, I can print it, I can do whatever I want. And the invoice as well. So this helps e-commerce shops. It helps them a lot because instead of spending 4 hours with DHL UI, you just print it in 5 seconds and you're done. You can do whatever you need to do, like marketing or whatever you need to do for your shop.
On the layout for the label, does that become a PDF, or how do you get the label to be controlled, the layout of it to be controlled?
It comes from the API of the carrier. So basically, they send you base64 label, and you just we save it as PDF in Google Cloud. With some carriers, as I said, you can print them in you can get it as in a ZPL format. Like you can print it on a thermal printer. This one, what I have here, just PDF. I think in my settings, yeah. So you have settings here where you can. Where is it?
What do you use in your code to generate PDF? Is there some tool?
Here. You can decide in here you can select what kind of label you want, like PDF or ZPL. So
Something in your code generates PDF, because all this stuff is, HTML, it's like online.
yeah, it can be depending on the carrier. So some of them just send it as a base 64 string and you make it save it as a PDF, or you can get it as a PDF directly. I think depends on the integration.
Oh, you're sending.
So you're sending calls to
the
all the
data
APIs.
to the API of the carrier, and
Yes.
they're giving you whatever, and it's their code
Yes.
that's making it. Oh.
So you're sending order data like addresses, quantities, products to the APIs of all the
I'm
carriers.
curious, I need to know what they use.
Yes, and they give you back the label.
I do things that make PDFs, that's why I was
So
curious.
what's the back end of this applications? And
It's a Meteor app, like basically
Meteor
Node.js.
app, okay.
What can I say about it? As backend, it's Michael worked on this one as well. It's made in a more interesting way. So you have it's kind of difficult to explain, but I'll try. They have a general object where they have all these functions that they use to call the APIs. And for each carrier, because they're so different, you provide the custom function that you need, the custom functionalities into that object. So it's a bit complicated to explain, actually. The complexity of the app is mostly because each carrier, each shop comes with own different rules and different
APIs.
systems and APIs, and it's just
Different
yeah, you need to-
data fields are different and all that, probably.
you basically need to take the customized system of each one of them and bring them to make a unique request, which is more complex.
And among all the shipment, I mean,
Yeah.
like DHL and FedEx, so which API is the easiest to work on? You found? You find Sagawa, for example, like the Japanese DHL.
For DHL and for FedEx, we just use a node package. So it's just a node package that you can implement. And I know some guys implemented the Japan Post API by themselves. I know Benmo from Candy Japan, if I remember correctly, he did it by himself. So some of them it's easy to implement by yourself. Others, like Sagawa or Yamato, it's not that easy. Like it's difficult for some of the carriers because you need to pay basically for access to the API. You need a contract, you need to be a company, and you need to overcome some technical difficulties, let's say related to working in Japan. Example, one carrier sends you the label, and if you don't put it in an hour, it's gone.
Oh.
For them, it's something that, I don't know. One of them was after, I don't know, a period of time, was making your label black. Look, so the text disappeared. So when you wanted to have the label here to access it, like after a while to see, couldn't. So you just had to pack the PDF. Yeah. So it's pretty easy to use compared to having to use multiple UIs. You just have everything in one place and you just fetch the orders and bring the labels. Okay.
I have a minutiae question.
Yes.
Lots of stuff I do. The address completion, put it in postcode code and it gives you the kanji. What service are you using for that?
I think it's an internal database. We have a big database.
That's what I'm using now, but I want to get away from that because I have to keep getting the LZH file from the post office and dump it into my thing. And I'd like to have something a little more live.
From what I understand, there's a very person who did this. So Martin worked on this.
Okay.
So I understand he cleaned up the database and
You
made
got to
this,
keep updating. If you have an internal database, you got to keep updating it.
I guess. I'm not sure how they did it. It's just a database of zip codes that we have, like all the others, isn't it? So we don't use a service or anything else for it. Not sure. I guess it wasn't available at the time. But for that, I guess you can ask Martin more details on how to do it. But I know he had difficult times when he was telling me about it. Okay,
Sorry.
I can come back to this if you want. We still have time.
That's okay.
We saw demo? Yes, we saw it. No thanks. I mean, looks nice, but I can do it myself. I'm a programmer. This is related to Ken's question. What it makes it difficult is the business relations with these companies, not the programming part. So, for example, carriers don't want to deal with you. Just like you have a shop, they don't care. Like if you can imagine, there's a carrier in Japan who has only one employee for their API, who takes care of it. In July, when he's on holiday, they don't do anything to it. They just, you cannot do anything. They don't.
So does the shop and company take, for example, if I want to use eBay or use I don't know what's the Japanese one, Rakuten, to set up some shop and sell some junk that I have at home, then can I use your API to do this type of things? Or
Yes, you can do the API.
So anybody is not targeted from company, but also target the shipping company can be anybody can
e-shops.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyone who has an e-shop can use it. Like it's not for medium companies.
Okay.
That's basically it. They have a plan. Like when they sell it, they just have a plan paid by labor. So you don't ship that much, you don't pay that much. Like the difficulty is like dealing with companies who don't have the time for you or the resources. For one shop, we have a colleague like who was contacting people at that company, I say like randomly, and they were just telling me, please don't write to me anymore. Like it's difficult to find support. The second problem was the technical issues and the bugs and the unique system, as I told you. Like the label comes in after an hour, it's black, it's dark, you cannot use it anymore. You need to hack the PDF. Or the PDF comes on the live API, it comes with test on it. Again, you need to hack the PDF to remove it. Bugs, like they change the code, they add like error handling or stuff, they don't inform you, and then you're just stuck with it. The other problem was the difficulties to make stores, to do tests with stores. For example, I had difficulties with setting up properly an eBay store and making test models. Like with some of them, it's kind of difficult. And the other issue is getting technical support. Like for example, for a shop, although we paid to access their API, they did some changes to the API, they broke it, and then when we asked them, they asked for more money in order to get support. So it's not easy to deal with this kind of people, in these kind of companies. You need to have the business skills. So with some of them it might work, like I understand in Japan Post, it's easier to integrate, but some of them, it's an effort, and it's more of an effort from the business, from the marketing side, than from the business side rather than from the programming side. Okay, let me show you the app that we use to synchronize inventories. So at work we only use Shopify stores. So in Shopify it's difficult to have multiple languages on a shop. So you have to basically create multiple shops. So if you sell to, like we do, we have English, French, Japanese, and another one for companies, for professionals. So you have 4 shops. And when you want to, when you have an order in a shop, you want all of the shops to show the edited inventory. This is the app. Is only for internal use only. It's Stop and Go. I'm not sure when we're going to make it public. The desire is to make this available to everyone. Why we did it is because there was the app that we used before just shut down. That's not gonna work. And why it's shut down is the last bullet point in this slide. It's because you need to listen to the right webhooks coming from Shopify. Example, For editing quantities, I tried using their inventory webhook. So every time you edit a quantity in a store, you get the webhook to your app. But in this app that edits quantities from all the stores, when you edit quantities, basically you send the quantity to all the stores, and 4 stores send you back 4 hooks that with invalid data. I mean, some data that you don't want to use anymore because you already updated it. You know that you did that. So we ended up listening to the orders create webhooks to get the quantities because it comes from only one store. So it's difficult in Shopify when you want to work with multiple stores. It's difficult when you use, for example, the product update hooks or the, as I said, inventory update, inventory webhook. Okay, let me show you this one. I'll use the local host one in this case. Okay. So this one is the same. You can just add the store, for example. Okay, I'll delete them. So I'll add the first one. The store where I sell toners and copiers. And I get my products. And the other one, the staples. Okay. So you get the products here by listening to the webhooks from Shopify. So I have all my products from all my stores. So if I want to edit quantities, let's say I can do it by hand. So I have this product with 11. Let's make it 555 items and stuff. Let's see where it is. Oh, so if I look for this item here, store, that's 555 items. Also this one. So basically,
Okay.
when you want to have all your stores with the same quantities, you can just immediately use this app. What it also does is when somebody makes an order, let's say I want to make an order here. Let's get a product. This one. I have 1,000. Okay, let's add 500. No, 490. So we get that. And the cost. Okay, I'm making the order. The item. SKU. Let's search for it. So I have 501 stock instead of 1,000. So this is where we get the webhooks for orders and to update quantities. The same thing when you have refunds. We use the refund hook. So when you make a refund, this quantity will go back to 1,000. Whichever quantities. Additional information compared to Shopify, in here we can add the size of the items, like the box, how big it is, and the price from the vendor. Let's say I bought it for 200 yen, and it shows me the margin I can get from it. Yeah, this is the second. Yeah, as I said, it's again a Meteor app, and it synchronizes quantities based on the Shopify webhook that we receive. I don't know. In case you have questions, or or if you want me to show you again anything.
So how question is, if I have a shop, I want to use your service, the shop and company service, as well as the stock and company services. But I want it to be done automatically, so I don't want to click on all these things by myself. So I think you've got an API, such that you can just programming it and just do all the transactions. So all the things for how many stock I have and how's the ordered and get paid and get delivered. It's all done by shop and company and stock and company, and I don't need to do anything manually.
For the stock. Well,
if I do that, the API, how would you suggest you develop such an API for my application?
To also handle stocks
and delivery. So if I want to have I set up my e-shop, okay, and I want to put it up, and I want to have automated both this thing and it will just automatically advertise for me, okay, such that then I have to contact you, get an account, use an API to do all these things. If I want to start from scratch, what should I use? What do you recommend to use to do that?
Your API.
Yeah, to grab from your shop to do all these things. Use JavaScript, just Node API.
It's an Express.
Okay.
API, so
okay. Similar. Okay. Similar.
Yeah,
No specific requirement that you think that it will. Okay.
No, we don't have any unique.
Okay. So basically, a lot of API. So you guys have API services basically.
Yeah. The same like the regular API. That, we actually decided not to go and make a GraphQL API because we're in Japan, and we thought that maybe it's going to be less used. I mean, people still don't use GraphQL in Japan, so it's a regular Express API with a
REST API. Okay.
As in terms of making your labels automatically, you would be able to do it with the API, but the stock you can't because it's the separate app. This one only deals with the labels.
Yeah.
And fulfilling your order.
Yeah.
Synchronizing your stock is something else. It's the other app, but it's on for us.
Yeah, but okay. That is not open yet.
No.
That's not okay.
We're actually working on what I'm doing right now is working on an API for that one. Because the company needs some integration with another company, with a carrier.
I mean,
working on an API for that.
Yeah, I can see that if you can have a shop, then you can do both services.
Yeah.
And then you can just so everything is automated, so you don't need to do anything yet. Yeah. But does places like Rakuten and things like that, the big shopping malls type of, they actually provide all those functionality, don't they?
Not really.
Okay.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have existed.
All right. So presumably, for example,
like at the moment, I don't know any shop API that allows you to print labels with carriers. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I suppose that they do it for you, right? I mean, like Amazon, you just click. You don't have a choice of carriers and things like that. And it's okay.
So in here, you have the choice of all the shops that you want. That we support all the carriers.
Yeah.
Like you can choose whatever you want.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Maybe I don't know about all the shops and all the services that they have, but I think they don't offer this kind of service. Yeah.
How long did it take you to make this? To make this application?
I didn't do it myself. So I started working there 6 months ago, and the app was started in 2014. And smarter people than me worked on it for 3.5 years before I came. So some of them, Michael, some of you here know him, Michael Rambo, which is one of top favorite programmers in Kansai for me. Martin, also top programmers in Kansai for me. So yeah, smart people work on it. But it took 3 years until now, and it still takes a lot. Like there's still carriers to integrate, there's still shops to integrate, there's still things to do. Like, it's still under development, let's put it this way. So for example, I don't know, yeah, like carrier integrations or more on the reporting part in here. One feature that was added recently was batches. So for example, if you don't want to, click on order to print a label, you just select multiple labels. I don't have multiple ones. I think I need Japan Post. Okay, let's see these ones. So if you have these ones, you can create batch shipment. So you just get one PDF with all the labels in there. So in one click you can ship all your items. So you go to batches. You have the combined label here of all these shipments.
For EMS, I think each country has different like a description.
Yeah, there's different things to the label, I think, but not that different.
What about like a tax or like when I use EMS, for each country, I had to create something document.
Depending on the country, you can set up options for tax. So, for example, delivered duty paid means that you pay the taxes for the recipient. So you can if the carrier allows it, if the country is that kind of like for Australia, for example, you need to click this and you pay the duties for the Australian customer. You can return. I'm not sure if this is a functionality yet. Also, you can have discounts, for example, if like shops, what they do, sometimes they offer discounts, and then you can just make
100%.
50% discount, and
You need
Yeah.
money back?
then you get the discount price. You can put the insurance if you want and everything else. Yeah, the thing is like you can edit the address if you want. You can even edit the products or add more or remove products depending on. So it's pretty flexible with regard to shipping. So why I think it's really good is because it's tested in house. Like Bento, they ship a lot, so they ship to all around the world. So it's quite properly tested in house with the e-commerce company. So that's why I think it's much better than the other ones. In Japan, there are no competitors. Yeah.
How many users? I mean, how many paid users you have?
Actually, there are not that many. So a couple of hundreds paid
Wow.
users. But it depends on it's not on the number of users, it's more on how many labels they print. So if they print many labels, you're good. But still, the app, it's still growing. So you can say that it has, still a lot of marketing needs to be done.
Yeah, it's really good because you have e-commerce shop and you can test. So it's like a kind of always user testing and
Yeah.
change a little bit, and so that's kind of story.
Yeah. Yeah, if there are no other questions or stuff, we can stop here and
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I didn't go into